Yeah. Let's bring up our next performer, the dreaded Liz. Yeah. Not this short.
Just a little conversation going on here. Tell Sean you want to be his woman? Did you say that? I thought that's what I heard. No mind. So one thing that I found out about, I guess, being an expat in China is that I seem to be making a hell of a lot more long-distance journeys, long-distance plane journeys. And there's so many Westerners in the audience here. I imagine most people got to China by plane, right? Yeah, some nods and stuff. But there's always one adventurous one. People like Sean, who always say things like, "Oh no, I cycled here," or "I came by sea." I came here on a boat. And where exactly did you come here from? I don't know. But I used to hate being at the airport when I was a teenager. And that was because my mum loved it. And it's, you know, I can see you all thinking, well, you know, you were a stroppy teenager, you didn't want to get involved in like happy family times, you thought it was a waste of time, I hate you. But no, it wasn't like that. It was that she really, really loved it. So she would be like all, "Oh, darling," and my mum's a bit posh. She'd be, "Oh, darling, I'm so excited." Yeah, Mum, I know. Mum, please just stop that. And I'd be subtly changing my body language so I looked as though I was the family behind. No, I've got no idea who she is, and mad cow disease. It's very sad, it's very sad. But I think there's one reason why she did this, and I have to say, although I was always insanely embarrassed to the point where I would sort of like just shrivel away like a spent testicle, but I would be so insanely embarrassed, but I would have this tiny element of respect for her, because she really did not give a shit what anyone else thought, and you know, I respected her for that. And the reason for that, I think, is because she was old. And well, she was born in the 50s, and you know, she'd already kind of done her time, made all her mistakes, and let's face it, people who were born in the 50s think the mistakes that we made are absolutely useless because they made their mistakes in the 70s. So obviously their mistakes were way better than mine. So she would always be like, "Yes, darling, it's absolutely fine for you to go to that over 21s club when you're only 19. I remember when I was 19. And we spent a whole summer in a Scooby van getting fucked off our faces with your Uncle Roger. Really, Mum, I don't care, whatever. Oh, darling, you wouldn't believe how many uses you can get out of a bong. Oh, Mum, does Dad know about this? Well, don't worry about your father. He spent the whole trip in the front of the van, fucked off his facial mushies, and thinking that he was a lime green caterpillar. And there's my dad in the front of the van, slowly making his way through a slice of lettuce. But no, and it's at that point, and it kind of ties in with GCSE biology, I think, and that I think it was lesson 12, which was basic genetics, and that feeling, and kind of like Jeffrey touched on it, that maybe your parents aren't actually your parents, and maybe someone else is your mum and dad. And so I was there, like, with my biology book, like, actually revising, and so, let's see, I've got brown eyes, my mum's got blue eyes, my dad's got brown eyes, okay. Brown somnant, that's fine. What about Uncle Roger? One blue, one green with brown bits in. Did we cover that? Is that on the other page? No. Okay. Uncle Roger, can you do this? Well, why? Well, what if, like, global warming continues and there's a, like, crush on oil and we have to, like, abandon plastics and find out some other way to drink through a straw without a straw? How are you going to drink your cola? And unfortunately, it was only a few days ago through a House episode that I found out that is not entirely hereditary. It can be learnt. So I've been hating my parents for the last 20 years. Sorry, Mum, my mistake. But yeah, long distance flights. That's what I was actually talking about. And I kind of enjoy them because you're going somewhere interesting. But the tricky thing about these things is the jet lag. And if any of you haven't had jet lag, it's quite easy to reproduce. You just find yourself a very confined area. Find an immensely fat person who has no sense of personal space to sit next to you. Get a chair that does a better job of hobbling than that nurse in Misery. Have someone cough in your hair for 12 hours. Combine that with a grumpy baby and some jellified coq au vin. And just replay Dirty Dancing again and again as the only form of entertainment in your own language. And you've just about got it. The result of jet lag is you get off the plane, you're a tired, smelly human being who would kill a puppy just to be allowed to lie horizontal for a few minutes. You get back home, you go to bed. You put on the alarm. Oh, I'd have killed a puppy for this. And you go to sleep. And in the middle of a night, a mad scientist comes into your room and splices your DNA with that of a random selection of mythical beasts. Your alarm goes off the next day. Or in my case, it's actually tropical for some reason. Switch it off. You get up. You go to the curtains. The sunlight burns your eyes out. You didn't realise that there was supposed to be such strong sunlight at 3 a.m. But it's not 3 a.m, your mind tells you. It's 8 a.m. Oh yeah, that's right. You make your way to the kitchen. Dying for, like, a bloody steak or something, because your stomach tells you it must be dinner time. No, it's not dinner time, it's breakfast time. All you have to look forward to is a bowl of soggy, unsatisfying oats. You eat the porridge. You go to the bathroom. You look in the mirror. You've got your hair is at, like, some kind of severe angle. Every wrinkle on your face is in pure relief. Your eyes are sunken, and you've got... What's that? You've got an earplug stuck to your neck. You go into the shower. Shh. Oh, that's a bit better. Oh, fuck. You forgot you were back in Beijing. That's going to hurt later. You come out of the shower. And if you've been sensible, you've left work for that day. You haven't gone into work. But if you're not, you kind of float through the corridors of work that day. Your coffee cup seems to manage to have grown legs and a sense of humour, and your hand just wafts past it. Come here. By 3 p.m, you've given up. You're going home. You go home. You sit down onto the couch next to the one who's there playing video games all day. you're struggling to stay awake. You're as sleepy as a giant hamster, which I know isn't particularly mythical, but it's a very, very sleepy animal. So you tell the one who plays video games that you're going for a nap. But I won't be long, because you don't want to really fuck up your sleep cycle. You go to sleep. You set the alarm for 4:30 in the afternoon. Da, 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 da. You wake up. You get up. You go to open the curtains. Oh, it's pitch black. Okay, never mind. That sleep has done nothing for you. You feel like shit. You hear something in the kitchen. The one who plays video games has ordered in food. Steak, you think. It's definitely dinner time this time. You go to the kitchen. No. Nothing but a bowl of noodles, grey and unsatisfying, because you're in Beijing. You eat your noodles. You sit down next to the one who plays video games. Trying to stay awake. It's not working. You need to do something else. You stagger into the kitchen, into the bathroom. You look in the bathroom mirror and you've got bloodshot eyes. You've got sort of like dry drool coming down your face, and your clothes are all rumpled where you've fallen asleep. Jesus Christ. You go into and have a shower. You can't even be bothered to stand up, just sitting there in the shower. The one who plays video games sometimes comes in to check on what you're doing. You get up from the shower. Actually, you're surprisingly refreshed. You go down and sit next to the one who plays video games. And plays a few video games too. 12 hours later, you realise the time. Shit, I should have been in bed. You get up. You go to bed. Oh, shit. You set the alarm. Da, 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 da. It's 8 a.m. Da, 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 da. You switch your alarm off. Oh, fuck. You get up. You go to the curtains. And today is exactly the same as yesterday, except you also have diarrhea.
The dreaded Liz, everybody. The dreaded Liz.